Hey family, what's good? This is your girl in the Bronze Goddess, and I'm actually here today to do a strawberry letter update. I know it's rare that I get updates from some of these writers, so it's amazing for me to be able to be here and do this update. And this is one of the most, tumultuous, scandalous, most salacious strawberry letters that I've ever had. It's called Hubby Moved the Other Woman In. The comment section was on fire. Matter of fact, here's a couple of clips from that video.
This was all a setup. I don't know how he met this woman or how long they've been communicating, but if you think they just met in New York for a couple of weeks, you are crazy. This man had this coming for a long time. I don't care if she's holding on to this lie. There is no way he just met this good-looking woman and all of a sudden he feels sorry for her. He feels sorry for the beauty queen. And how she feel comfortable enough to come into a 9-month-old marriage and live with you guys? Who knows what he has told her behind your back, what he has told her in your face? So let me also get this part straight. So you left them in your home alone and moved to New York. What are they doing home alone with this beautiful woman that came out of nowhere? What's going on here? All this obligation no, there are children who need college paid for. There are homeless people, homeless shelters. If he wants to be charitable, there are so many other ways to be charitable. But you mean to tell me you go to New York on a business trip and you bring back Halle Berry? Get out of here. And you expect me to let Halle live with me? No, ma'am. It couldn't be the Bronze Goddess, and it better not be you.
So as you guys could see from the video, it was definitely very involved and people were very mad on her behalf. Well, she's written me today and I'm going to tell you guys where she is in her current situation and give my advice now. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get them again. All right. I am the writer of the Hubby Brought Another Woman Home video, and I am writing to give you an update on what has happened since my last letter. It's true what you say that matters will only get worse before they get better, and that is exactly what happened in my situation. After moving back to New York with my family, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I did not initially want a divorce, but I was going to try to work things out until the other woman that hubby brought home called me and told me everything. That was going on between them. First, the woman was not moving in with us just because she was homeless and needed tuition, but because she was pregnant with my husband's child. My husband felt bad for impregnating her and leaving her to possibly raise the child by herself while he had gotten married and was going to live a happy life. The woman also told me that her and my husband were planning to stay together for the baby and that they were going to move to London to start a new family. What's upsetting to me is that none of this came out of my husband's mouth. So I feel like he does not care 1 inch about our marriage. I get calls constantly from this woman giving me consistent updates as to what's going on in their relationship. And when she calls me, she says that she feels bad for the way things happen, but you cannot stop true love. I'm gonna get her. Okay, she ain't no saint. Anyway, the only thing my husband has said to me is that he's okay with a divorce and that he's sorry the relationship didn't end soon enough. Bronze Goddess, I was absolutely devastated. I could not believe I was being played for a fool, and I can only blame myself. Before my husband and I got married, I noticed traits in him being too flirty and too nice to women. However, I totally was oblivious to the fact that he was having an affair with another woman and even got someone pregnant. I have cried and cried, and I have went back to Michigan 2 times trying to muster up the courage to face my husband. Every time I stepped foot at the doorstep, I would break down and turn around. I called a mutual friend of mine and my husband's to help me move my things out of the house, and I plan to stay in New York and start my own business. Thank you for so much good advice. I have faith and hope that I will get through the situation. I don't believe in prayer and I'm not religious, but I do believe the universe will work things out in my favor. Now, I know that you don't believe in prayer, but lucky for you, I do. Okay, so regardless of whether you pray for yourself, I'm gonna pray for you. Your husband is despicable. You already know that. And I know that in the situation that you're in, the only thing that you can see is the pain that you're going through. But this is a moment in your life. This is not your life. And as hard as this is for you to face, this will pass. This too shall pass. There's a saying that I really love. It's by former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, and it said that women are a lot like tea bags. You never know how strong they are until you put them in hot water. This is hot water. And you are going to be amazed, you are going to be astounded, you are going to be overtaken by the amount of strength that you exhibit, strength that you never knew you had. It's kind of like, you know how a volcano lays dormant until the day that it erupts. There are certain things that God has put in you that you don't utilize until you have to, until it's time. And that strength God put in you way before you were even known to the world, it's going to erupt. You have so much in you that's positive. I also want to tell you to stop listening to this girl. I know you may think she's trying to play the victim and all this. You can't stop true love. She doesn't need to be calling you and giving you the play-by-play and the updates about what's going on in that relationship. I know you think that she's trying to be nice, but she's also trying to be nice nasty. She's rubbing it in your face. Why do you need to know why you need constant updates? Yes, you may have appreciated the fact that she did tell you the things that your husband would refuse to tell you. She told you the truth. She told you everything, but you don't need to be constantly updated with that. All that's going to do is just keep the wound open. You need the wound to heal. I know as women, we love to have closure. We feel like we need it. We feel like we deserve it, but sometimes we don't get it. So I know that he's a scoundrel for not coming to you and telling you all of this himself. And he's a scoundrel for allowing her to do his dirty work for him. He's the one who married you, so why is she the one trying to clean it up? But you may not get closure here. Sometimes you just have to move on. What your husband did was painful to you and it's hurtful, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. Nobody deserves to marry someone and find all of this out after the fact. But you admitted that there was warning signs that you ignored. And that's the only reason why I wanted to, make sure that I say this in this particular letter. Ladies out there, learn from her mistakes. When you see signs that your man is too flirty and too, into other women, and he's doing all of this in front of you, if he's brazen enough to do all of this in front of you, you can only imagine what his behavior is like when he's on his own, or when he's hanging with his boys, or when he's been drinking, or all this other kind of stuff. If you can't trust him in your face, best believe you can't trust him out of it. Who wants to be with somebody that you have to check his collar for lipstick and have to check his phone and you're doing all these different, you detective and you hiding in the bushes and all that? Who wants to live like that? If he's showing you in the beginning that he cannot be trusted, don't think that marriage is going to change him. Marriage is not going to change him. He cannot be altered at the altar. Who you date is who you marry. And that is exactly what happened here. You guys have heard me say that countless times. Who you date is who you marry. She dated a flirtatious man that had a wandering eye. And that's exactly what he proved to be when she married him. I will continue to pray for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for having the strength to move on, because some women would have put up with this and waited on him to make a decision. I can't stand that. I can't stand to watch these shows and these talk shows where the person has been busted cheating and the two women are like, you need to make a choice. He already made his choice. His choice was to cheat. His choice was to try to see if he could have his cake and eat it too. You made the choice. You took the choice off the table and you said, you know what? I'm going to be in the driver's seat of my own life. I'm not going to let you just railroad me into something that I'm not a part of. Because I'm sure if you were with it, he probably would have had the both of you. But you were strong enough to say, I'm not sharing anybody. I wouldn't even share a pair of shoes, much less share a man. So I'm proud of you from having the guts to move away, having the guts to start your own new life. Not really caring about what other people have to say about it. Not worrying about appearances and, oh, I just got married and this is embarrassing. It takes strength to do what you're doing. You're already showing how strong you are. I know this is fresh, so you may not be able to see it, but when God allows you to take a step back, you're going to see how blessed you are that you stopped this when you did. That you didn't have this man's baby. That you didn't end up with an STD by this man. That you didn't waste 20 and 30 and 40 years of your life. You are still young. You are still beautiful. You are still vibrant. You will recover from this. Like I said, this is not your life. This is a moment in your life. And this is going to pass. And one day you'll be able to look back at it and you'll be able to say, oh, I dodged a bullet with that guy. I'm glad I found out when I did. You did nothing wrong. So stop blaming yourself. You said in the letter, I blame myself for, there's certain things that you could have done differently, but you didn't make the decision to cheat. You're not responsible for somebody else's behavior, for somebody else's choices. Your husband chose to do that. He chose to break your heart. He chose to cheat. He chose to bring this other woman into your life. You must take some responsibility for some of it, but this is his doing. And I don't want you to just feel like I'm a horrible person. No, you are not. You are amazing. And any man who doesn't know that is a fool. Any man who doesn't know that you're amazing is a fool. Never waste your time trying to convince somebody how amazing you are. Either they know that or they don't. And if you don't, then you just lost one. Okay? You might win some, but you just lost one. He just lost you. He may not know it now, but he lost the best thing that will ever happen to him. And that other lady who feels like she has won the great big prize, I wonder how long it's going to be before he finds somebody else to wander with. Because a leopard never changes his spots. How you get him is how you keep him. So it might seem like she won for right now, but what did she really win? What did she really win? So they're going to go off and have family, and they're going to get married maybe? Look how he feels about marriage. When he shows that he doesn't, like, what makes her think that it's going to be so different with her? I hate when I see women jumping into a relationship with men who dog out other women, like you're going to make him change, he's going to be different with you. And then you act surprised when he dogs you out too. A dog can only dog you out, honey. Anyway, I'm not going to preach, but I'm praying for you. I love you. You are so strong. You are amazing. Never forget how amazing you are. And I'm glad that you know your own worth. You know, because if you didn't, you would have still been with him. You know that you're worth better than sharing somebody. That you're worth better than settling for somebody who cheated on you so soon. Than settling for all of this. You do know your worth. Never forget it again. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to comment in the comment section. Keep her in your prayers. I don't care if she doesn't believe in prayer. If you do, pray for her. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Later, divas. Oh, and really quickly, if you love my love and relationship advice, you're going to love my book. It's called The Dating Game. How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. It's on Create Space. It's on Amazon. And it's even now on Kindle. So go ahead and download that book for yourself and treat yourself, alright? Till next time. Deuces, honey.